Well, hello, my cosmic mamas. My name is Shonna, and welcome to In a Cosmic World Pregnancy Edition. If you will, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe to join us. Hit that bell so you never miss the amazing things we have going on here on this channel. I greatly appreciate it. As you can tell by the title, today we will be discussing week 34. As you can also tell by the video, I am once again in the car. I guess these 30-something week videos that I'm doing, I'll pretty much be in the car because I'm always on the go. I have to do this, go here, do that. So it's a lot, but I'm pushing out these videos to keep you guys informed and just to share my overall experience. A quick disclaimer though. I wanted to say that I am no doctor or licensed professional when it comes to or regarding pregnancy. If you have any specific questions for me only, my email is down below in the description box. Don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. I have all types of good things in the description box, so feel free to check it out. And I'm truly grateful for those of you who have been emailing me. Thank you for giving me grace and being patient with me, because like I said, I've been kind of busy, but I've been trying to rest and prepare for baby girl, because we are almost there. Like, I know I say that in every video, but like, it just becomes so real every day how close we are getting. So yeah, so sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get into 34 weeks. So 34 weeks, like I said, I'm currently still in the 34-week period. I have like one more day, and I'm on my way to my job because they threw me and 2 other people a little baby shower, which I feel so grateful for that. So we're gonna go check it out and see what good stuff we have. As far as 34 weeks, I have officially recorded and edited my hospital bag video. Well, basically it's going to be a nest with me video. I'm so excited to drop that right after this one. So if you've been waiting for that, those of you who have been emailing me about what's in your hospital bag and what are you doing to prepare and stuff like that, y'all, I think y'all will really like it. Like I said, I'm still new to this stuff, so it's not going to be just glitz and glamour. I'm literally holding my phone showing you. Like, this is like real time, So, excuse me. I can really just say 34 weeks has just really been about me just preparing for her arrival, doing all the other things that I didn't get to do in the previous weeks because I was in and out of the hospital. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, one with my regular doctor, OBGYN, one with the ultrasound technician, and one with the specialist to go over everything. So my OBGYN, they take my blood pressure. Of course, it's still elevated. Again, I told you guys I'm on blood pressure medicine. I take it twice a day. I take my blood pressure twice a day, and I've been trying to get as much rest as possible, right? So I've been trying to get as much rest as possible. I'm trying to stay hydrated and trying to make sure I'm eating healthy and just doing everything that I can do. I want to incorporate like maybe a small workout, but it's like I'm already on the go, and I'm like I feel like I already be working out. Like, even though I have like the puffiness, like in my face sometimes, legs and hands, that's because of the fluid, So, like, I feel like overall, well, I mean, either way, even if I feel like, I don't necessarily need to work out, I feel like it will be good and beneficial for not only myself, but for the baby as well. So, anywho, at the doctor, OBGYN, because my blood pressure was a little elevated, they ended up telling me to just lay down for a little minute and just try to see if it goes back down. So I did, and I was in there for like 30 minutes trying to stay awake, laying down on my left side. Then my doctor finally comes in there, and he talks about how it's so elevated. I showed him I've been staying consistent and blood pressure medicine, taking my blood pressure, and what else? He does a regular checks the size of my stomach, and he also does a check to see if my cervix, like where's the place of my cervix. So he you know what they have to do when they check your cervix. He has to surprise, and then feel your stomach and see. He was like, my cervix is high, still pretty high. So I was like, okay. And what that means is the baby hasn't necessarily just dropped, which we don't want her to at 34 weeks, right? So yeah, he checks that, and then he also tells me that I do have, I think it's called GBS. It's some type of infection that you carry. It doesn't hurt us adults, but it can be detrimental to a newborn. So just do your research more about it, because I did write it in my notes, but I'm driving and I'm just going off of the top of my head about everything that's happened this week. So I am a carrier of that. So when it's time to, when I'm in labor, they're going to give me antibiotics, so the baby doesn't get it. But it's pretty common from what I researched. It's pretty common. A lot of pregnant women have it, and they just give you antibiotics, and usually you're good. So that's the route that we're gonna go. They still are saying, 37 weeks is when we will be having baby girl. They haven't specified like the date. They haven't told me a time. They haven't said, they're gonna induce me, or you're gonna try naturally, or you're gonna, I know maybe it's ultimately up to me, but I just don't know. They didn't say we're going to have a C-section. The only time they said they would have an emergency C-section is when I went to the hospital, and they said if my levels and stuff don't get to where they need to be, then they would have an emergency C-section. They would actually send me to a whole nother hospital. But that's the last I've heard about that, So, yeah. So, after I left my OBGYN, thankfully, hold on. Okay. Some people, it's a litter crew. Okay, I had to go around. But after I left my OBGYN, I went and got me some food. I don't know what it is. After I got the doctor, I am so hungry. Because they be keeping you in there for ages, Well, keeping me in there anyway. But, got me some food, and then I headed to the next appointment. So I went to the next appointment, figured out where it was, because I had never been to this particular building. They ended up switching from cities, because I moved to a different area. So they sent me somewhere far, far away from, because they thought I was in this one area, but now I got to switch closer to me. So I had to figure out all of that, and I finally got in there, checked in, whatever, called me to the back. They did the urine sample, took my blood pressure. It was still elevated, and that's the crazy part, because I showed them the chart. They documented it. They documented how, me taking my medicines and stuff. And the nurse was like, usually when, people take the medication, it usually works pretty quickly. And I was like, like I told my doctor, I don't know what else to do. And she was like, well, it's a little elevated, but, you should be good. It should be fine. And, what else? She took blood pressure, took urine sample, I guess checked my oxygen levels, and then gave me to the technician Technician comes in, does an overall check. She says baby head is still down. And this time, she's facing... Oh, God. I had to put the phone down because it was a state trooper. Okay. Sure, he can't catch me. I'm gone. But, yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, she said baby it was head down, but she facing my back. So, she couldn't even see her face, but she, measured her head, measured the fluids, because that was a big issue that we were having. And, checked to see if she still practiced breathing, checked her heart rate, everything was good, her and my baby's heart rate. They checked the oxygen levels in the placenta, so everything was good. And then she put me in a little room so the specialist could come in there, and he just followed up with what the previous specialist said last week, and he said that they didn't want to measure her just yet to see how much she weighs. He said next week when I come back they will do her measurement, because they wanted to give her some time. They don't want to measure her weight every week. It might not be accurate. So he told me to wait for that for next week. But he said he knows that I was having issues with the fluid, but the fluid was perfect. And I was like, how does the fluid even disappear like that? And he was like, basically the baby can mimic the mother. So if I'm dehydrated and not drinking enough water, the baby will stop drinking the amniotic fluid. Or if I'm not peeing enough, the baby will drink up the amniotic fluid and maybe not pee it out. Because that's what they live in. They drink it and they pee it out. And I was like, well, maybe I'm doing something right, because I've been very hydrated. I feel very good. Everything just feels really good. And he's like, yeah, we checked. Sometimes if it's not that, then it can be this placenta. So that's why they was keeping an eye on the placenta to make sure that fluids and stuff is regulating and going through how it needs to go. So everything was good. Everything is pretty freaking good. And I'm so excited. And, I'm just so grateful, because it's been a long process, a very long process, and I'm just so grateful that my baby is doing good, and I'm just excited to see her very soon, and I'm just excited to be a mother. Oh shit, police, he's turning around. No, he's not, is he? Okay, no. These police trying to get me today. They can't, nah, baby, you can't catch me. I got places to be. So, anyways, girl, I be getting distracted. But I need to be paying attention, don't I? Okay. Locked in. Okay. But, so, what was that? What else was it? The specialist was basically saying, continue taking your blood pressure medicine, everybody just keeps saying the same thing. And he said he's going to leave the notes that the previous specialist left, because I'll probably be seeing her next time. She might have just been in that other area or whatever. But, I'll see her next time, and they'll measure the baby's weight, and they'll keep checking me. So I got about two more visits, and then I'm gonna be a mommy, y'all. So it's very exciting. Me and my partner, let's talk about that. I told him, instead of taking all that time off, just take a week off, because it don't make no sense for both of us to be, not making our usual income, even if he is just off a couple weeks and he don't make, but still, we got other things that we need to be focused on, and I can't be down right now financially and you be temporarily no. So I was like, we just have to make decisions that are not ideal, especially because we don't live together. And I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just know that the baby's gonna have everything that she needs, and I'm gonna try to apply for different benefits and see if we can get a little extra help. If not, because at first I think I told you guys that I got declined because I made too much. So now that I'm out of work and I'm on short term, hopefully I can get a little bit extra assistance just for the time being until I go back to work. That's it. Shoot, we all need a little bit of help, especially bringing a baby into this world. So yeah, so like I said, I'm on my way to my job. So I'm just gonna go in and see what they have and give you guys a little bit of a rundown with that. And yeah, so let's see what they got.
Come back.
Yeah, I'll be here. So yeah, you guys, I hope that you've seen that little short video that I dropped before when I went into my job. They got me a lot of good stuff: diapers, wipes, little onesies, little things that the baby can chew on and stuff like that. So yeah. What else? 34 weeks. It's just mostly just preparing. And then a bittersweet moment that's gonna happen tomorrow is I'm gonna be staying at my parents' house because they're moving after 20 years. We've been in the same spot for 20 years. In 2025, they decided to go ahead and sell their home. So I'll be spending the night there. The last night in my childhood home. If you guys don't know, I am 29. So we moved there in 2005. We've been there ever since. Well, they've been there ever since. And it's bittersweet, but it's so many good things that are happening this year. And I'm just grateful and I'm thankful that I can experience not only the pregnancy, but everything surrounded by this year in general. Like, it's so many great things. It hasn't been easy, of course, but everything is just coming together so perfectly for everybody. It's a little chaotic at first, but then it starts getting together. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Wish me luck. Keep me in your prayers, and I'll pray for you guys. Keep your head up. You got this. We're almost at the finish line, and don't be afraid to reach out to me. I really enjoy reading the things that you guys have to say. And yeah, that's it for 34 weeks. Oh yeah, I said I was going to upload that video after this, the one about the hospital bag. It'll be a nesting video. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.